I thought it would be of interest to you guys, but I don't want to invade her privacy, but I think it's a good thing to talk about. So I'm on live now, Mary Jane, but I was going to talk about this is what I learned when I was married to my ex-husband, and it'll help everybody, I think.
Okay, so did you send it to me by messenger?
I did.
Okay.
So when you have to deal with somebody, we all have people in our lives that are hard to get along with, and they irk us, and they just rub us the wrong way, and we feel attacked and threatened, and we feel angry and resentful, and who knows exactly why it comes out like that. But when you're in that place, if you can make yourself your own beautiful bubble, and you live in that bubble and nothing can get through, nothing, no daggers, no words, no stones, everything just bounces off, and it's like you can call it your observatory room. I'm in the observatory, and so you just observe, and you can even observe them attacking, Nancy today, the person of yourself over there, but you can't be in it. You have to be in this observatory room, and if you do that, it will protect you. And you can just watch and say, oh my gosh, look what this person is doing. Look at what that person is saying. Isn't that amazing? And you look at you can also look at the emotions that they're having. You can look at they're really angry. They're really sad. They're really, whatever the emotion is, they're really doing that. And of course, they're seeing you as an object. You are the object to be acted upon, not the actor in your life. So you may have chosen not to get angry in the future and to be patient. That may be your choice. But as soon as when you're in the observatory, that's your choice. And you make it when you're in the observatory. But as soon as you take the observatory away and someone is actually throwing daggers at you, attacks verbal daggers, or any other things, whether it's expectations or pressure or something, some power from them that's being sent towards you. And it's like a wind. And so we react. All these things we're not going to do. Me, the person of me, has already decided when I was in my observatory room, I would not get angry. I would be loving. I would say the right things. And then when I'm with this person, suddenly I'm actually feeling it and I'm getting angry and I'm getting irritated and irate and they won't listen and they are so out to lunch, you know? And those are all the things I'm feeling. And that's because I'm not observing. I'm reacting. I'm becoming that object to be acted upon. I'm not the actor. The actor sees the stage, he sees what's going on. And so when you're in your observatory and you look out and you see this person with all this emotion or pressure or whatever is being thrown at this individual, you can see it from a third person point perspective. You can say, gee, I wonder where he's coming from. He really believes what he's saying. That's very interesting. And when you have to talk to them, you talk from that point. You forget about I did not, don't talk to me like that, or I did not, you can't do that to me. Instead, you respond to them with, wow, you really feel strongly about this. Can you explain to me more what you're feeling?
I'm not really listening.
Oh, it's all right. I'm looking at the birds. Mary Jane's used to me telling her what to do. Um, and so I think that's how to not be part of these, to not be wounded in life. Like life it's a horrible thing to have to experience is life. It's really, I cry when a baby's born. what all the things that we have to go through. We have to go through all these trials, and the most difficult one is the trial of relationships, understanding where the person's coming from and not being in your body being attacked, but being an observer and from in the observatory and watching what's playing out, how people are feeling. Like if someone is saying something that you think is not correct, then perhaps they are not seeing what you're seeing, right? Maybe they're seeing things in a good way and think everything is just peachy keen, but you're seeing things from another point of view. And so when you're in the observatory and you look at the person speaking, you can say, I don't understand how they're seeing it that way. I don't understand. Instead of, I did not, that's not true, that's not the way it is, but I don't understand where you're coming from.
So can you let them hold for a second?
Okay, I gotta mute you for a minute. I wonder if I can do that. Can I? Let's see. Mute. Okay. Now. Hi guys, here we are all back together again. Hope you didn't feel offended. You see, if you have up your observatory wall, now this observatory wall may come up again. You know, in our future relationship, we're going to have to talk about this observatory wall. Because if you're in it, I think it's the Holy Spirit that is actually the defense mechanism. What is no, not that, don't mean that right, because that came out like it was you being defensive. No, I think the Holy Spirit is like the shields. That's it. In the spaceships, you know. Put up the shields. Enemy attack. Put up the shields. And so the shields are the Holy Spirit. And when the enemy attacks, if you're really filled with the Spirit, like, ha ha, I'm just giving you an perhaps if, but if you're really filled with the Spirit, then you're in that observatory. Another new trick in Nancy's arsenal. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Ellen. Love you guys. Thanks for being here again. Anyway, what do you think about that? Have you been in situations where you've got something going on and you know, either some people just rub you the wrong way. And I could never stand it. And I got fired from jobs as waitress because I couldn't get along with people.
Imagine that, Nancy today not getting along with someone. It's so hard to so hard to fathom. I'm serious.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought it was sarcastic.
No.
I love you.
No.
Wow, thank you. Yes, I'm. Anyway, but I guess I just wouldn't stand for things like somebody was giving boxes of meat out the back door. The cook, he was handing them out the back door, and I told on him. And then the sewage backed up, and we waitresses there we were making salads, and there was sewage seeping on the floor. The drains were backing up, and I called the health department. I am a rubber people too. What does that mean, rubber people? Oh, you rub them wrong way? What is rubber? What you say bounces off me and sticks on you. See, that's where it's coming from. What you say bounces off me and sticks on you. Of course, you're saying that like, ha ha, you get just as bad as me. Like when you were kids, did you say that?
Did you guys say that when you got in trouble for your parents?
No, we would if somebody says something mean to you, like you're such an idiot, it's not on that channel. Like this is when we were little. I can't
And you would
imagine.
say that to them?
No, but people would say it to each other. Like you had kids at school that were mean to you and they'd say little nasty things. You wore that yesterday too, didn't you? And you could say, I'm rubber, you're glue. What you say bounces off me and sticks on you. And in a way, there's a real truth to that. If you really think about that, what you say and what you see when you look at the world says a lot more about you than it says about the world. You ask two people, is this a nice town? And one will say, oh, it's awful. The people are all mean to you. And you ask another person, is this a nice town? And you say, oh, yes, I love it. I've never known so many nice people. So it's in us, and we see through our own glasses, and our glasses are the windows of our soul. Our eyes are the windows of our soul, and the panes of glass in the window of our soul are our soul, the things of our heart. And so everything is colored by that. Everything we see, everything we interpret. My childhood and the things between me and my mother and me and my father and my sister and my brother, and all those things affected who I thought I was. And I grew up with a very different opinion of myself. Hi, Zachary Taylor in New York City. It's nice to see you again. What's the view today? Hey, do you have, oh, you see other buildings. Are you high up? Do you also get a view? Anyway, so what we're discussing here is having your own observatory. And you live inside your observatory. And the walls of your observatory are your shields. And don't have to be defensive. You can just relax inside your bubble because your shields are up and they're all nothing can get through. Then you can just observe and you can say, wow, look at the kinds of things this person says. Look at how they feel. I wonder what they mean. How do they understand it that way? How do they think that I'm doing that? What is it that's making them think that? And you can start to analyze the situation without being killed by it. Every time those things happen, whenever you feel rejection, whenever anyone rejects you in any way, it hurts. It is the same part of your brain fires. I see this so many times. The same part of your brain fires when you're being when yelled at, as when you are actually, your back really hurts. Those two kinds of pain, emotional pain and physical pain, your brain is fired in the same place. Isn't that interesting? The same intensity. You can tell the intensity of it. So you have to put your shields up. And the shields can be, they can be the Savior. They can be the Holy Spirit. They can be just you in a different mental framework where you are determined to learn from this. This is a little education moment. We're just going to watch and see what this is all about. But you see, we don't do that with ourselves that much. We don't really watch ourselves. Sometimes we say or do something and then we say, oh, wow, did I do that? Oh, my. But we don't generally sit back and observe the things that like people are reacting to us. In most of what they say, it's a reaction of their interaction with me. And so if they approach me defensively, I know that I can see that therefore I must have attacked them in the past if they're defensive towards me. We see when they're in their observatory bubble, they're not attacking, and yet they're having a conversation with you. And so people can be in their observatory bubble and watching, and then some kind of an understanding that we experience will make us pop out of our bubble and put on our shield, sword and shield, pick up our sword. So it's the fight or flight. It's very automatic. It's a weakness of the body. It's a physical thing which has so many ramifications because fight or flight, I mean, are those godly characteristics? One is anger and one is fear. And yet this response is so quick. It's like there's this automatic lever that just flips this little switch
It's protecting you, that's
to
why.
protect yourself.
It's built-in protection.
But they both could be positive. The fight could be strength to stand upright and to stand firm in a position. And I will not be someone I'm not. I'm me. It's okay that I'm me. I love me. I'm really grateful for me. Nancy yesterday has done so many nice things for me. She cleaned this room for me. I have this lovely room. I have to thank her. It was very kind of her. And so I love her so much. And I see her in the mirror. And I love her. And I love myself. Can you say that about yourself? Is that, if you say thank you to yourself, the yesterday portion of yourself, look around at everything that's better today because what you did yesterday did. And if you can see yourself as a separate individual, just like being in your observatory bubble and looking at yesterday's Nancy, then you can feel gratitude toward her. And when you feel gratitude toward her, then you love her. Like, I really love Heavenly Father because of how much gratitude I have for him. Like, he gave us such a beautiful world, and every view, and every day, every view changes. And you only have to move your head a little bit to get a whole different view. Like, look, now Willem is in mine. So, are you guys with me? How about you, Jane? Are you listening? You're counting. You got to stay counting stitches, don't you?
Well, no, I'm listening to it.
Do you have opinions or thoughts or experiences about this?
Well, of course I do.
You wouldn't be Mary Jane without some of those.
Well, I think everybody has opinions about
Of
it.
course. Of course, we have, because of that whole thing, we have to make decisions about everything
Well,
in
I
our
just find
lives.
it interesting that you said the fight could be like you could be standing up tall to stand for truth and righteousness or who you are, and you shouldn't have to apologize for yourself. But I'm getting the message that I need to apologize for myself, and I think I've already done that enough times. I'm not going to keep doing it because it's counterproductive. It's not.
Well, and then you're not in the bubble. Well,
Yeah,
you've
I'm not.
done from in the bubble. You can do that, but then you can't just do that continually. You're right. But the thing is if that you feel that you have to do it continually, then there's something in their interpretation of you, that some way that they're seeing the situation that's different from what you're seeing the situation. And so the only way you can know that is to ask them. We make a lot of mistakes when we assume. Because like I used to have my mouth, I would look at things and it was just a comfortable way to put my jaw, and so I would go. And so when my daughter would see it, she thought I was mad. And every time I turned and looked at her she saw me being mad at her or that I was in a bad mood. And I wasn't. It was just really a comfortable way it was a muscle thing. I don't know. It just was a good, like sometimes you do certain things with certain muscles and you like that and you do it again, right? And I think I just enjoyed my mouth. It's strange, eh? I just enjoyed whatever it was. Anyway, and so if you imagine that you know what the person is thinking, you've seen it before, it's happened before, you've got it all experienced and analyzed and logged, and there it is. And that is exactly what that feeling idea represents. But when you started it and understanding that as meaning that, did you assume that that's what they meant? Or did they actually explain it to you? And did you find out? Because you know that we've built that opinion in bricks from every experience every year, but is it on a solid foundation? I mean, what does God see that they were feeling or thinking? And he knows all of what's around it. The day, the weather, the things in their life going on, family, responsibilities, job, school, homework, failure, success. You know, there's so many things that are in each of us at this moment. We are a collection of all those since we've been born. And a lot of the way we see the world is still through the lens that we started with the very first communication with that person, where we assumed that they were coming from this place. I guess that's where our first impressions matter. I guess. I don't know. I think just be me all the time, and if the first impression doesn't work, well, that's the way it goes. But you see, I have to be in the bubble and not be hurt by it. If somebody thinks that my teepee is an eyesore, you know, I'm amazed that they have that opinion. It's very different from other people's opinion. It's different from my opinion. It's interesting that they would get such an opinion. That's all built on other things, all these little stepping stones which start at some beginning. Maybe it started with him being told as a child to pick up your toys, not to leave a mess. And so whenever he would see a mess, that would now it would be like all those experiences in his life added together when he sees a mess. But you see, I'm not in that place anymore. I was in that place once. It was a very hard
Yeah,
place
once.
to be.
Once and once only. I love you.
I
No, I love
know,
you.
I know. You know me so well too. But
You're like, wait a second. Where am I?
oh.
Now we can laugh.
It's good to laugh.
Yeah, very good to laugh.
It's good to laugh about yourself. You see, if you're in the bubble, you can laugh about yourself. But if you're out of the bubble and you have to have on your armor and you're right in there getting attacked, you can't laugh at yourself. It's too painful. You can't. It makes you angry. But if you come back in the bubble and you can just see the whole situation, like I know that I am really messy and I make messes so fast. I make so many of them. It's amazing. I look at my messes and I can't believe that that's just one person making all that mess in the house. You know, when I had my children, I thought that, you know, my children were making all these messes, and they were. But you know, I think the thing of it was is that a lot of it wasn't mine. And I didn't realize how much of it was mine. I knew that there was a lot of things that I had to clean up. But I didn't realize that the base underneath all of the new mess was mine already. And mine was also on top of it and scattered throughout. And so being judged, like people judged me. People wouldn't come over in our family to hang out because it was too messy. Hello, and let's get this party started. Hi, Susan. Hope you are well. Oh, I see. Nobody's been talking to everybody. Okay, the party's going to start. Oh, look I've been ignoring you. I'm very sorry. How rude. But you see, I'm not inside myself thinking badly, uh-oh, I shouldn't have been rude. No, I'm like, it was a rude thing to do, and I'm accepting that. I mean, that the situation really isn't rude, but that even if I had done that, it would be okay. It would be okay. Maybe it's something I have to look at in myself and I have to say, how can you not be rude anymore? But you have to be in your glass bubble with your shields up. The defense between your spirit self, who is eternal and very ancient and extremely wise, you have to separate that person from the person of the world with all the characteristics and life experience here and all that. And then you get this third dimensional view if you do that, and then you can have God's perspective. When you can see yourself as God sees you, you'd be much kinder to yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't put up with this bullshit.
Because you would understand, and God understands us. He understands who we are before we came here and got involved in all this crap. He understands us from when we were learning to play the violin because we loved the music and how good we got and how we played. But now on this earth, we have all the limitations of our physical abilities and our minds that have to figure out the music and where the notes are, and our ears have to figure all that out, and we don't just do it. And so then we think we can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Well, if you can't do it, then where did the love of it come from? Where did the desire come from? I think it must have come from heaven. It must have come from a memory. I think because it's something that we yearn for. If you yearn to do something, it must come from deep, deep within you. And that's the part that has not really been messed up by this life. The stuff, the memories from deep, deep inside that we can't access because of the veil. Isn't that interesting? So Willem's creating music and writing music. It could come then from music he's already written in heaven before he was here. Music he played himself perfectly on the piano for a millennia, eons, millions and millions of years. And so his desire to do it here came from that part deep inside of him that has always lived, that was there, and that knows. Have you ever seen a newborn baby? Regina, last week you had a grandbaby born, or 2 weeks ago. Did you look in her eyes? Did you see that ancientness in their eyes? I'm going to go back and read all this stuff you guys have written. I get very distracted. Ellen says, hello again, Nancy. Ellen says, muting is better than leaving. Yes, what an excellent idea.
What did she say?
Muting is better than leaving.
Oh.
Like I left yesterday, I said, okay, well, we have to have our private conversation. So, goodbye, you guys. I was rude when I said, because she's more important than you are. That was a joke. It wasn't meant to be true. Oh, how come? Oh, that's that bookcase I'm trying to see. Okay, let's read. Ellen says that, yes, another new trick in Nancy's arsenal. Tyler Kyle says, good morning, Nancy. Hello, Tyler Kyle. I'm sorry. Crelly. Krell. Where are you, Tyler? Do I already know that? Ellen says, I am a rubber people. Ah, I get what the rubber people is. I'm rubber, you're glue. What you say bounces off me and stucks on you. Well, I knew that part, but I didn't realize that your comment was referring to that part. I try not to be too dense, but sometimes you can't help it. Okay, never mean to be. I am a rubber, you are glue. Sounds like real life. If you tell the truth, they say that you're a negative person. That's what Tyler says. Zachary Tallman in New York City. looking out at his at high rises and what was the other thing? High rises and I don't know. Blue skies today. Oh, you have blue skies. Oh, nice. And
So
is
do we.
yeah, so do we. You see our blue skies too. Is there uh do you see much of the sky? Okay. Ellen Brown says, "Oh, Sue," says Nancy and hi, good morning, Nancy and all. Hi, Suze. How is everything in Kansas this morning? And you didn't tell me yet. How much snow did you get? Did you have to shovel? You had a blizzard, right? And Ellen, I would love to hear a little of oops, Mary Jane on her instruments. Just a little, please.
That's all you're gonna get. Very little. I can play the piano.
There we go. See, Mary Jane, I think that in the other life, before we got here, when we all lived in heaven, I think that she played the piano. I think she played it beautifully because she also played the cello. Oh, you guys are so much fun. I love having you guys here. Okay, and she loved that. But in this life, she has not yet mastered the piano to the way that she wants to. She would love to play like Willem. You know, not that she would play what Willem plays or not, but she would love to play and just play and play. And so she's practiced for a long, long time. I haven't heard you play the piano in years.
Yeah, I only know one song off by heart. And even then I get anxious and I forget half of it.
You
I
know,
don't always.
I never learned to play by ear when I grew up. My mother could play by ear, and other people, Willem, and but I never could. I always had to have the sheet music. I could read music. I knew how. I had learned that in grade 7 choir. We read the sheet, or maybe it was grade 6. I always thought it was grade 7. But anyway, we learned to read the music, and we learned 1 3 5 3 1, 1 3 5 3 1. And there was something else we learned, but I didn't remember anything else. That's too bad. But Willem and in Holland and his mother, when they refer to a song to each other, they do it in do, re, mi. So if she's going to hum a new song for you, she'll do the do, mi, re, fa. You know, it's like when Julie Andrews taught the Von Trapp children how to play, how to sing.
Well, that's pretty cool.
You start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Fa. No, let's not do it that way. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. Ray, a drop of golden sun. No, I messed up.
La.
La, a note to calm myself.
Oh, no.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do, ho, ho, ho. Do, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink to bread. That will bring us back to do, ho, ho, ho. So, mi, fa, fa. Do, re, re, la, ti, ti. So when you now find the notes to sing, you can sing anything.
Do
Do,
re
mi, mi,
mi
fa,
fa fa
fa, so, la, 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 ti, ti. So, do, mi, fa, so, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
That's cool that Willem's mom did that because that would be so such an amazing way to learn. Like you'd be able to recognize notes so much quicker.
Oh, yes. Yeah. See, I think you must have really been into music in the past life. I think you loved it so deeply.
I do love music. Like I find it so soothing and relaxing and
Mhm.
um,
It's such a part of you. It's such a deep, like there's such a deep connection there. It's really a holy thing.
it's funny because I this morning like I was discouraged yesterday, right, about with the cello.
Mhm.
But then this morning I was like, oh, I really want to try it again. But I felt so awkward yesterday, right? But
Mhm.
whatever, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, and it was 9 years ago that I started taking cello, and I haven't done anything with it. And I'm thinking, where would you be, Mary Jane, if you had done something for those
See,
9
you're
years?
saying this now from inside the glass bubble of observing and understanding and analyzing.
Yeah.
And before, when you were playing the cello, you weren't in the bubble.
No.
You were in yourself, thinking all the feelings and thoughts of everything goes wrong with trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you should do it again. You should let it take you
Yeah.
and let the music lead you to
Yeah.
finding the notes. And then you're listening on each string is going to be the note somewhere. And there's all going to be notes. It's going to be the flat, the regular, the sharp, the flat, regular, sharp, whatever. You go all the way up.
Yeah.
And so you just find out where your fingers have to be. And then you don't and then with playing by ear what I'm learning is when the note sounds clear is one thing. When you hear a lot of reverberations versus when it's just staccato. And so and then trying to feel to sing it and see if it's high or low and know which way to turn the dials. And they used to tell us when we did the guitar that you unwind the tuning thing back until it's way low and then you tighten it up slowly. And of course, the sound goes woo as you turn it. And then when you pluck it and you see if it's full, whoa. But if it's or if it's not, and then you tune it with those little fine ones until then it's so you find the note on the big ones, big dials, but then the little tiny ones, those are for the making the reverberations right. And just you can go about a half a note either way, I think. You might be able to go further. And then I'm learning also how to um, Mary Jane, what did you have to say about that? Your experience about reverberation and notes, and you've been around you I don't know, do you play the guitar? You've been around it being tuned many years.
Yeah. It's so nice to hear the pure sound as opposed to when it's not quite tuned right,
Mm.
or when you get the vibrations on the cello. Like that's what I'm so amazed by two cellos. Their music is so pure. Like it's astounding. It does speak to my soul. Like I feel it deep within inside me because it's so pure. And I don't know. I'm just really I'm amazed. And the very first my first experience with a cello was in Charlotte Lake when we went to that. Remember we went to that little
Mm-hmm.
concert,
Mm-hmm.
and I was sitting like pretty close to the cello because we were like in the first or second row. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't hear any other of the. I mean, I did hear it, but I was so focused on that cello because I don't know, it just touched me so much. I was like, wow, what an amazing instrument, you know, and
You're right. It does have a very deep, reverberating sound.
yeah, and it resonates very.
Oh, of course. So it because it's so big, it echoes the sound or whatever it does, reverberates it, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so then I was drawn to it, but I don't know. Yeah.
I guess being drawn to it and being able to produce the sound by using your own digits and ear, it is, like it's because it's our physical body. And we have to teaching our physical body to do these different things, anything new, and teaching our minds. But I think that I really became one with my violin as much as I have become. Well, I think that, yeah, I think I am one with my violin. And although my violin and I are not one with the world, while the world is not one with me and my violin, I am at one with my violin. And so I feel, and so I try to feel the sounds and to really listen and hear them and try and hear the music that I'm trying to replicate. Like, row, row, row your boat. And so try and find a tone of row. And I keep picking away and moving around. And then I finally find that note. I know exactly where it is. And I go, row, row, row your. And now where is that? It's higher, right? But is it a whole note or is it two notes or how far away is it going to be? And so then I go row, row, row your boat. Oh, now that doesn't sound like a whole note, does it? That's sort of halfway, or maybe it's just one note or something. And so I have to figure that, and then I find that one. And so by the time I'm playing a piece of music, I've had to find out where each note is. And sometimes they're repeating, lots of repeating, and so you get a little phrase, you get that down, and then so it repeats a few times, and you've got a few new spots in the middle. But so that's how I'm learning to learn, and then I don't have to have any music. I have no idea my grandfather's clock what it looks like on music, but I know what it looks like on my violin. Isn't that interesting? So instead of reading music on a piece of paper, now I'm reading music on the what's that called? The part of the violin that's all the strings and the handle. What is that called? Do you know the name on the cello?
It's not the branch. It's something like that. It's
The neck?
yeah.
Oh, the neck. That's it. And so I'm reading music on the neck of the bow, the neck of the violin. That's nice to think about. That's a whole different way. Anyway, and so it works. Now I can play the violin. Here, I'll play for you again. All right. I hope that's okay, Mary Jane. Let me go get the.
Play How Great Thou Art. Sounded pretty good yesterday.
Okay, let me go get the little stand for.
Okay.
Hi, Willem. How'd it go?
Well, I dug out the grey car.
Thank you.
Or your car, the blue car, I mean.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
So, are we ready to go to swimming? For swimming?
To swimming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. Do you want to go, Mary Jane? Or do you want to do that tomorrow?
What's the weather supposed to be?
What's the weather tomorrow, Willem?
Hey Google, what's the weather? What's the forecast?
No, don't tell us like that. Okay, Google. What's the weather in
Today
Ottawa?
in McDonald's Corners, it'll be mostly sunny with a forecasted high of 0 and a low of -8.
Nice.
0 and -8.
What's today?
In McDonald's Corners today at 8 p.m., it's predicted to be -5 degrees and partly cloudy. Currently, it's -4 degrees and sunny.
Herb, can you read what they say when they say stuff? Oh. Like they've been
I
talking
think
and I...
you want to play the next one.
Sure.
Is that right?
Okay, Google, stop. You have to touch it and then go like this. And then you can read what people say. You can read everything.
I don't understand.
Where do I start?
So you start at the top. Here you go, all the way up to the top. And you can react too. Okay, Google, stop.
Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
You don't have to do that if you don't feel like it, Mary Jane.
Yeah, I really don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
let's not do that.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's okay. We've got to be who we are at the moment. We are. Oh, that's right. Becomes a full-time thing, but it's an awesome conversation to be part of.
Well,
It really makes my day.
Yeah.
It's so cool to do. All right, let's see about this. See, I know that one's on the open string. The second one, I think it might be called G, but I don't know. It might be D. My grand.
I think you should play
I should
How Great They Are. So that you've really.
Well, I did. I was just showing. Willa?
Yeah.
Will you tune this for me? Or is it right? I've been keeping it in tune as much as I could. Okay, so how great thou art. I have to be back here because I have to see out the windows because it's so pretty. No, wait. You want how great thou art? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, it's not very easy.
You're probably feeling,
You what?
you're probably feeling like conscientious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played it really beautifully the other morning. It was really nice.
needs some stuff on the bow. I have to get one with my violin before I can really play, you know? So I can't do the other one that you asked about, which I did yesterday. I can't play that one when I begin because I'm not comfortable with, every day the tuning is just slightly different, or it can be. And sometimes my fingers are a bit arthritic now. So I have to warm up. I guess that's what that's called, is warming up. Oh yeah, now I know about warming up. So I have to do that before I can play a certain song. Play the easy stuff.
But when you played it on Sunday, you never played anything else. You only just sat down and played it.
I guess I was just feeling one with
Yeah.
the violin.
Yeah.
And if I do feel that, I can really play nicely. But it's not all that common. I mean, it's
No,
I get into
I get
it,
it.
right?
I get it. Because that's how I was feeling, really awkward with the cello.
yeah.
Whereas I know I made good sounds when I was learning,
Mhm.
but I felt like I didn't know anything yesterday because I haven't done it for years.
Okay.
I wonder if it's the same notes on the cello as it is on the.
I'm sorry?
I wonder if it's the same notes on the cello as it is on the violin. I don't think so. I think the violin is in the treble clef and the cello is in the bass clef.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But are they, I don't know what this is called. I think a D, or D sharp, or D flat, or just a D. I don't know, something like that is what the violin is. That's the thing, these are not tuned right. See, the note is supposed to be there, but that's not the right note.
Okay, so it's supposed to be okay weather tomorrow as well. So we could go swim tomorrow if you like.
Okay.
What is it supposed to be tomorrow?
Well, same as today, roughly.
Sunny?
Mostly sunny, yeah.
Well, I think we should take advantage of the sun today.
See, the notes are supposed to be where my fingers land. My finger lands on the same place all the time. And so if the note is wrong, that's where it's going to show up. If the string is too tight or not quite tight enough, and I put my finger down, it should be the perfect note.
What happened tonight? Oh, there it is.
Is it there yet, Mary Jane? Is it too high?
Is what we're.
Is that the true note? Or is it sharp?
Let me try it. Can I try it? Show me where to put my hand.
You hold your hand at the very top and then exactly where they fall.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3 on each one. So there's, the open note and then those 3 and the next one, the open note and then those 3.
Hold it like this, right? Like this?
Well, you stick it out so that it's under your neck. So your arm is going way out. This is not the cello. So you hold
like
your hand
this.
like this,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And so you have, okay, let go. So your hand goes right up into the bump,
Okay.
okay, and then you just relax this finger and that finger and that. Those will be your 3 notes.
Okay.
And the length of your note will be as you draw this across.
So which one? Which one?
Between here and here, and you relax your hand, and your wrist moves is very loose.
But which one am I going over to get that note?
This one, I think. So you've got your fingers on the wrong string. If you want to try it, it'd be this string.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds high, doesn't it?
Yeah. Did you put resin on your thing?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
So let me see if I loosen this a bit. Now try. What do you think? Is it high or low?
It sounds like it's a bit high.
Anyway,
Yeah,
try
that sounds good. What's the next note? Da 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 da.
So, I don't know. You'd have to sound it out. Just try the different strings until you figure out which is the right one.
Or just watch you do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you should play the violin. All right. So now we'll try again.
Okay, I'm just gonna run upstairs really quick.
Oops.
I'll be right back down. Oops, they fell over.
They did.
Sorry guys, we fell over.
This is a sad moment. I hope you didn't hurt your noggins. What's happening here? Garden and Worm Lady. I like that name. Morning, Susan. Susan, you had 5 inches. It's melting now. Wow. March snows don't hang around long. I'm grateful for the moisture. Yes, I bet. Oh, yes. People have said bad things about my piano playing or made me like they didn't really want to hear it at all. Could I go farther away? Oh, thank you, Susan. I do. She says, I love listening to you play. You do much better than I could. Oh, Mary Jane, if only a few notes, please. It looks so lonely just sitting there all by itself. Oh, Ellen. Yeah, she's not in. She's very self-conscious. You could say stuff out. She won't want to do that. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Is that all right? Or are you just seeing black or anything? Okay, then I'll play for you. So, what should we play? shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. We shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. And with all your heart to truly seek me, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God, ye shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. And with all your heart you truly seek me, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. And with all your heart you truly seek me, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God, ye shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. And with all your heart you truly seek me, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God, we shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. And with all your heart you truly seek me, you shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God, ye shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. What a beautiful song. I always thought it was just a short little song, but it really is beautiful and meaningful. Very nice song. As if with all your heart you truly seek me, ye shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God. I think that's a little too low in there. I can't seem to get that one and remember the sequence and when it comes up. Alright, let's try again. That's wrong. I forget the way the piece goes through. I can't even get that far into it. It's too many to remember in a sequence. They're not flowing easily. But they were okay a little while ago. Oh, this body. The old gray mare, she ain't what? Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. The old years ago. Hi.
Hi.
That was my commentary on the way my fingers work.
What did I do with my socks?
That's a nice fleece to put your feet on, eh? It needs
Yes.
some felting on one side to make it all stay
I
together.
thought I brought socks down here though. I was sure I brought this down here.
Anything is possible. Okay, next.
You didn't see any socks, eh? Maybe thought
No,
they-
I haven't. Of course, I haven't turned
I know
in
I
any
brought-
direction either.
I definitely know I brought some down. What did I do with them?
You found them. Ah.
I knew I brought them.
Oh, she'll be coming down the mountain when she comes. She'll be.
Have you been looking at their comments?
What?
Have you been looking at their comments at all?
No.
See how they're doing?
You want me to hand it to you?
Well, I can.
Okay, you can look at them. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Don't you just touch it and they come up?
Yeah, you touch it and then scroll.
Okay, so let's go way back to the beginning.
So I read most of them out loud.
Hello again, Nancy. Muting is better than leaving. Another new trick in Nancy's arsenal. Good morning, Nancy. I am a rubber people too. Never mean to be. I am rubber, you are glue. Sounds like real life. If you tell the truth, they say that you're a negative person. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. Blue skies today. Good morning, Nancy, to all. And all from Suze. I would love to hear a little of Ma. Oops. MJ on her instrument, just a little, please. I worry that I am troll-like and make people leave your trap and that I should
should be quiet. Well, that's not true. Good morning, Suze. Hi, Nancy and everyone. Hello, all. Hi, Caprice. Hello, let's get this party started. Hi, Susan. Hope you are well. Hi, Ellen. I'm doing good. Hi, Caprice. The garden and worm lady. Message retracted. Good morning, Susan. Hi, Nancy. Hello, Helen. Good morning, honey. Hello, garden and worm lady. Your name sounds interesting. Good morning, Ellen and all. Good morning, Susan. Hi, Suze. We had 5 inches. It's melting snow. March snow doesn't hang around long. I'm grateful for the moisture. Did someone say something bad about your violin playing? Because I love listening to you play. You do much better than I could. Laugh out loud. Oh, Mary Jane, if only a few notes, please. It looks so lonely just sitting there all by itself. Laugh out loud, Ellen. Sounds like she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes now. Hello, Mary Jane. I remember you. Hi, GJ3 Full. But GVO or ED. I don't know what is that. Okay, those are all the comments.
What did we miss? Hello, Mary Jane. I remember you.
Who's that from?
That's Johnny. He's in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
He's on every day. His name, I call him Grateful.
I'm grateful.
All right, here we go. Sounds like she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes now. Hello, Mary Jane. I remember you. Oh, this one is crap. I gotta remove that. And report but Gigi for Nancy, please. Mary Jane.
Was there a negative comment?
She'll be able to tell you how to do it.
Who's that?
I don't know what you said, Grateful. The second word, I don't think it's. I can't understand. I don't know what you were saying. So say it again, but a different way. This is working. I'm so glad that the thing is working, so we can hang out together. I especially love my violin. I just love playing it. I love being with it. It's very nice, and we've gotten to know each other. It's like a horse.
I want to get a horse. I sent the message to Jacob,
Hmm.
but I'll probably have to take my phone upstairs to get an answer.
It's interesting how different your reception is from mine. Mine is Telus Kudo. And which one's yours?
Kudo.
Yours is Kudo as well. You should get as good reception as me then, shouldn't you?
Yes.
I thought it was according to the company. That's strange, because I get text messages all over the house. I believe I do. Anyway. I used to not be able to make live videos. Oh, someone said something and it faded before I got there.
What a cheeky squirrel, eh?
What? A cheeky squirrel?
Oh, the turkeys are here. The turkeys are here, Nan.
What?
The turkeys are here.
Should I stop playing?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Here.
I can see them. But they saw me look at them. can get a much better view now. I have to turn this camera around. Really see those red necklace stuff. The colors are so beautiful in their backs. I don't think they like it when it's deep. Yeah, they really don't like it when it's deep at all. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they put their heads up as soon as it's a deep note. It must be like the growl of a coyote or something. They're so beautiful. You know, I had the feeling that I should put the camera down to look at the chickadees, and that I would be glad of it after because things would change. And they would have all been seeing this if I had.
Yeah, I just had an idea that I thought about the turkeys, and then I looked up and they were there. I was like, wow, that's cool.
I know he loves me when I hear him like that. So you think this one's a male or female?
I can't tell because the sun is not on them, so it's shaded. It's dark where they're.
Black wingtips versus brown wingtips. They're so beautiful. Look at those beautiful brown feathers scattered amongst the. It's almost like shingles on a house.
Yeah. Oh, there's a.
And that looks like he's got brown wingtips. I guess the little tuft of feathers is also turkey male. Pretty amazing watching them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But watching them.
Got a lot of paraphernalia on their necks. A lot of red stuff there.
Yeah.
I think those are both males. What do you think?
I can't see because they're still in the shadow. So it's too dark to differentiate between black and brown. It's all like muted.
I see lots of little black lines everywhere. Which I guess are in between the feathers.
the rest of them? Can you see the rest of them?
No, those are the only ones I could see.